Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you had a good Christmas, just like we did. I hope you got to spend time with your families and your loved ones, just like we did. We had a lot of family coming to town, cook us a nice Christmas dinner. Uh, it was really nice. I haven't been able to do a video in a little while just because holidays and having days not feeling good. So I wanted to put together one today. Try to go back from when I was in the hospital last to now and then give you an update what's going on. But I also want to include this guy. I don't know if you can see him real well. He's getting quite big. He's getting he's getting a lot of motor skills. He's starting to smile. He's starting to laugh a little bit. Um, Hopefully I can get through this video without him crying. But I wanted everybody to see him. He's doing good. He's doing well. There he is. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. All right. So for my last video, if I recall correctly, I was about to go into the hospital. Obviously, I'm out. It was of the two I've had so far the most difficult. I had to go through two drugs like I did the last time, but they were two different drugs. If you recall, I said I would have to do two cycles, and each cycle had two parts to them, part A and part B. I went through part A back towards the beginning of December, and towards the end of December, I went through part B. The fourth of the four drugs that I was given is called cytarabine, and I'm fine. I didn't, nothing bad happened, but I just had a hard time dealing with it. I got a lot of nausea. I had a fever in the hospital. I had a couple days stretch where I didn't eat much, but once I got that kind of through my system and done with it, I managed to get my appetite back and everything's fine. So, of course, I'm here, so I'm obviously doing okay. So it was just that one-time drug. I had a couple people ask me because I haven't done a video in a while. They wanted to just know what's up, so hopefully I can do that here. Officially, like I said, there's two cycles, and that's only in the first part. The first part of my recovery, my treatment, is primarily chemo-based. Those are the 4 hospital stays that I have to do. So of that first part, if you don't consider it's okay. If you don't, hey. Hey, it's okay. If you don't consider the stem cell transplant that I have to go through, or that I'll have to go through, all right, you're not gonna cooperate, are you? Okay. You okay? All right. If you don't consider the stem cell transplant that I have to go through, if you just consider the chemo part, I'm officially halfway through. I need to do 4 hospital stays, and I need to do 8 back injections. I've done 2 hospital stays and 4 back injections so far. So like I said, I'm officially halfway through this first part. Next week, we'll start part A again, but of the second cycle. So everything I've done to this point, I'm basically going to redo. And I go into the hospital January 10th for a 4 or 5 day stint. But before that, I actually do something a little different. On January 9th, I have to go to New York because that's where I'm getting the stem cell transplant done. January 9th is going to be primarily a consultation with everyone that's there, all the doctors and professionals there. So what I've been told so far is for the stem cell transplant, of course, I need a donor. And for those that weren't on the first few videos that didn't get to hear the basis of what's happening, is my diagnosis is really the leukemia came first. The leukemia caused a mutation in my stem cells to not produce mature enough, what they call T cells. Because my T cells weren't mature enough, they couldn't fight off lymphoma, so I developed lymphoma. And so the doctors are reversing the treatment in reverse by hopefully putting the lymphoma into remission by this first part, this chemo, and then rectifying the main root of the problem, the leukemia, by the stem cell transplant. They've been looking for a donor to match me. I talked to my doctor today. The way they described it to me was if I haven't received a call from the treatment center about looking for close relatives, that's a good sign that they've probably found a donor, or at least identified a few people that they'll do further what's called HLA typing. So what I wanted to do, because a lot of people have asked me this, I wanted to take a second to kind of give some recognition, or I wanted to kind of pub this a little bit. There's a website called dkms.org, and I'll put it in the Facebook post and then in a link that you guys can go to. But it's a way to sign up to be a donor. Going through what I'm going through now, I wish I would have known this. Wish I had done a little bit of digging before all this happened, because now that this has happened, I'll never be able to donate blood. I'll never be able to get on any kind of donor list or anything like that. I'll recover and I'll do fine and all that, but I won't be able to help other people where other people are about to help me. And I feel a little guilty about that. I wish I had done the research on it, but I want to take this opportunity to put this out there for a couple reasons. Number one, I'm fortunate enough to be in a demographic that my doctor has told me that for my demographic, they get quite a few people to sign up and donate. That doesn't mean more people shouldn't or they couldn't. They certainly should. I encourage that. But a lot of other demographics, minorities in particular, don't have that same luxury that I have, don't have the same number of people signing up to donate. And from what the website looks like, it seems to be particularly easy. Now, they won't let you if you're under 18 or if you're over the age of 55. But there's an initial screening process the website makes you go through to tell you whether or not you're eligible. And it seems like there's drives that you could be a part of, because I think if you just went on your own to go do this type of donation, it kind of can cost a good bit of money, but a lot of times there's drives out there. You can get it done for free. I can't get past a certain point in the website, obviously, because I'd have to falsify the information. But I encourage people to go on there, and if you feel compelled to do so, I would say register. I don't want anybody to think that I just read the website myself. It's not like you can go to the website and say, hey, I want to see if I'm a match for Wes in particular, because it doesn't work that way. And my doctor has told me that even if you were able to do that, the probability of you being a match for me is very, very low. But I know that somebody is out there right now. Maybe they've been contacted, maybe they haven't. But when they are contacted, they're going to be given news that there's somebody out there that needs your help. Can you go donate? And as long as they're still willing to, they're going to wind up saving my life. So because I didn't do any kind of donation beforehand, I really would like to use my particular situation as a soundboard for other people. So like I said, if your heart feels compelled to do so, I encourage you to do it. It doesn't seem like a particularly painful process in terms of signing up. And from what I know, it's a mouth swab to start. And when you actually donate your bone marrow, whether it's for bone marrow or stem cells, the process isn't particularly intrusive to your body. It's there's actually on the website some video of a survivor who went through this process, and they were on the Ellen DeGeneres show. It was really touching. He was at her wedding and all that. But like I said, I can't pub it enough, because you could sign up in the next couple weeks. You could do the mouth swab, and then 15 years later, all of a sudden somebody might need your help. So like I said, I encourage that. But getting back to a little bit more of my situation, just so everybody knows, January 10th, I go back into the hospital. I'm scheduled to do the chemo via IV, do a back injection, and then the following week I'll do a back injection again. That'll be 6 and 3 visits. Then I'll go for my last hospital stay on February 1st, I think is where it's slated right now. I'll do the last hospital stay and the last 2 back injections. So that's where I'm at in the process. And once that's all done, sometime early March, I will go to get checked into the hospital as long as everything's going well with the donor. I will go check in around early March. The treatment takes anywhere from 10 to 30 days. And once I'm done there, I'll check out of the hospital, but I'll have to stay close at a facility near there, but still in New York City. I'll stay there for probably another 2 weeks, and we'll go from there. So I always want to end all these videos by saying thank you for all the support, whether it has been a card or whether it has been you bringing food to the house. Of course, there's the GoFundMe, whether it's been prayer or thoughts, something behind the scenes that maybe I haven't even seen yet. You know, whatever the case it may be, I've done my best to say thank you to all of those individuals. But I know I'm going to fall short of that, you know, getting to where I want it. So thank you. I hope you have a very prosperous new year. I hope, you know, hope all your wishes come true. I guess that's cheesy as heck, but couldn't think of anything off the cuff. But no, I'm doing well. Wes is doing well. Wes the Third's doing well. We have similar hairstyles now. But everyone's doing well. Drew's doing well. And we actually had our sister Kim come in. She came in today, actually. And she's going to be living with us for the next few months. Kind of play it by ear and see how things go. But she's here to help out. And, you know, we couldn't be more thankful of that. Of course, and all with all the other support, too. We're really appreciative of all that. So I'll quit rambling and let you go, not to make this video any longer than it already is. But thank you. I love you guys, and Happy New Year.